funny story. I was at the game when they got the 72 points put up on them.
No. So Anton is a Denver Broncos fan. So naturally, we're going to start there. And the 2023 season of the Broncos was a very interesting one, full of higher highs than one would think when I give you the breakdown about what happened. Most notably was actually the two most notable things that happened. It's a tie between allegedly sabotaging their season by sitting Russ early or getting hung 70 points on them by the Dolphins. Which one do you think is the bigger headline of the two before I move on with the summary?
Well, for me, biggest headline was the dead cap.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So the Russell part.
Yes. Yes.
The Russell part. But after getting 70 hung up on them, that defense really made a turnaround once they started getting the right lineup in there, started causing some turnovers. Russell finally accepted, hey, I'm not Superman. Maybe I should just try not to turn this ball over. Started stacking some wins, started to look like they were going to make the playoffs until the whole Russ-Sean Payton fallout finally came to a head. Somehow lost to my Patriots on Christmas, and then at that point, the season was over. But now here we are in 2024, new quarterback, just cut Russ and have a whopping NFL record, $85 million in dead cap space. Unheard of. So we start off like this, like we start with every team. Anton, what's more likely? The Denver Broncos make the playoffs or they have the #1 overall pick?
For me, it hurt me to say it, but #1 overall pick.
We love objectivity. We love objectivity on the show. And I agree. And I got to ask you to break down why for me real quick before we move on to the questions.
Nobody at quarterback. Pretty much like they broke down the whole team just to start over. And with the rebuilding stage, you know how the next season goes, bottom of the barrel.
So you've pretty much accepted that this is not a throwaway year, but a rebuild year. This isn't the we're going to challenge the Chiefs for the division year. This is the let's get our shit together so that we can put something together later the year.
Yes. I still think we're going to go out there and play our heart out, but yes.
All right, just making sure we're on the same page. We brought up Bo Nix earlier, and I haven't been the highest on Bo Nix through the draft process. My older brother strongly disagrees with me. He thinks Bo Nix is going to be the man. With all that experience he got in college, I do wonder how you think he's going to be able to hit the ground running per se and kind of avoid that rookie wall considering he's already 40 years old.
Well, for me, Bo Nix, I think he's going to be able to fit into not Peyton Manning, sorry. Deja vu. Sean Payton's coaching scheme. Because Sean Payton, he loves a pocket quarterback, and Bo Nix can fit in there, stay in the pocket. As with Russ, he was more of a scramble quarterback. He loved to make plays with his feet.
Right. And I know they've given Bo Nix a lot of those Drew Brees comparisons. Those are kind of hard for me to see. It's like, I get it. He's a get the ball out quick type quarterback. He's accurate when he needs to be, but before we start comparing guys to Hall of Famers, well, Drew Brees isn't in yet, but we know when the waiting period's over, he's going to get in immediately. Let's just put a weight on it before we get there. That's all I'm asking. Let's just put a weight on it first. More interesting for me though on this team is this defense, starring the best corner in the league, in my opinion, Patrick Surtain. It was a tale of two defenses last year. First half of the year, as I mentioned before, it was the 70 points got hung on you by the Miami Dolphins defense. And then second half, we have oh my God, the Kansas City Chiefs, there's actually a problem here, Denver Broncos defense. So which defense do you think is a more perfectly encapsulates what that defense actually is, and which one do you think you'll see this year?
Well, for me, funny story, I was at the game when they got the 72 points put up on them.
No!
What makes it worse, it was my birthday.
Hold on. Fuck everything else on the rundown. God damn it, tell the story. What?
So for me, like they play the Dolphins. I live in Miami, of course. So they play the Dolphins like every 3-4 years. So this game just happened to fall on my birthday. So I went to the game and it wasn't pretty.
Duh. Oh my God, you were probably looking forward to that day all year. I could just imagine you when the schedule came out. Oh, they coming down on my birthday? That's lit. It's like the football guys made this just for me, just to watch your team get waxed in historical fashion. Jesus, Devontae Christ. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my God, no.
Another kicker, they played Tampa Bay this year. 2 days before my birthday. I'm going to Tampa to watch the game. Hopefully, I don't have a repeat.
Hopefully, I don't think Tampa got that type of firepower. So hopefully, Jesus. Oh my God. We kind of answered this question already earlier, but due to that $85 million cap hit, this roster's a little thin. Just a little. So is it enough to keep them out of worst record in the league contention? Because right now, them and my Patriots and the Giants and I think Carolina, depending on what sportsbook you look at, they're all somewhere between first and fourth for worst record in football, if you want to bet on that, which I didn't even know you could bet on until this morning. Where do you think they can range in there, given what that roster is now?
Well, with the roster, I think our defense is going to keep us in games. Not saying we're going to win them, but they're going to keep us in games. So I give us winning 5, 6 at the most.
It's so funny because the projected win total is 5.5.
Yes.
And I was looking at that because I wanted to sprinkle a little something on all the overs and unders kind of in the spirit when I do the gambling podcast. Probably might be out by the time people are hearing this. And I was like, I couldn't make heads or tails of the 5 or the 6, so I might just make that one a stay away. I might just be like, you know what? Let's not have my money relying on Bo Nix and Sean Payton. Let's wait till next year on that one. Last point on the Broncos. It is Monday, February 10th, 2025. The headline of the Denver Broncos season will be what?
Well, they were getting back to that winning football after a rebuild.
So
not saying it's going to look pretty.
The brightness comes after dawn. It's always brightest after dawn, whatever the hell that saying is.
Yes. Well, I actually had two headlines for them.
Go for it.
Well, if you ain't like that one, bye-bye Sean Payton.
Oh, my God.
We would take another money hit.
Oh, my God.
Bill Belichick, Are you ready?
Oh. All right, I know the Walmart family got deep pockets, but oh, my God. They're still paying Nat Hackett, too. That's the funny part. Like, people forget coaches' contracts are fully guaranteed. So Nat Hackett is coaching for the Jets, still getting paid by the Broncos because he got fired early. But oh my God, that's another Bill Belichick team sneaky if Sean Payton ends up getting fired, which, dear Christ, how bad does the season have to go for that to happen?